Tom Rockcliffe here. I'm here to tell you that you can be a one-man show and build a large-scale application. A lot of people will tell you not to do this. If you have the money, hire a team of software engineers, but you can be a one-man show, and obviously you can build smaller applications and just be one-man show and do everything yourself. But of course you have to be really good with back-end, front-end, and building out your APIs, and you have to understand DevOps and how to deploy your application to the cloud. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I'm gonna here, I like to give you a few tips in this video. So the first thing you want to focus on is the tech stack. So what tech stack are you going to use? What are you going to use to build out your user interface and your front end? Is it going to be Next.js? Is it going to be React? So you got to figure out what are you going to use to build out your front end, and then obviously you have to figure out what you're going to use to build out the back end. Is it going to be Nest.js? I'm a big fan. I love Nest.js. Are you going to use what's the other? Django. Django is another good one. What are you going to use to build out the back end of your large-scale application? Another tip: from day one, you have to think about security. You always have to keep security in mind when you deploy this application to the cloud. Can people find vulnerabilities in the software that's on the cloud that's running? Can they? There's a lot that goes into building a large-scale application, especially application that's going to scale and become very large. A lot of these libraries go out of date. That can be an issue. Your application might be running perfectly the first couple years of its existence, and say on year 3, for some reason one of those libraries is not getting updated anymore. Now it creates these. It might be not a large bug, but you have a bug now. You're going to have problems. And another thing is you have to watch out for bots, obviously, that are hitting those endpoints, because that's going to be an issue as well. So you got to set up rate limiters and stuff like that. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I'm here to tell you can do it. Now I'm on a project right now. I don't want to kind of get into detail about what I'm building, but I'm trying. I'm kind of a one-man show. Kind of always have been. I'm also a content creator, and I have my blog. Oh, check it out. My blog is called Tyrone-Ratcliffe.com. There's tons of code and tutorials on that blog. But yeah, I already picked out my tech stack, and the tech stack that I'm going to use is Next.js on the front end and Nest.js on the back end. And I'm going to use Google Cloud for my database. But for my database management system, if you will, that's what I'm going to be using. So I've just focused on that. I'm focused on being an expert with that particular tech stack. I'm not going to build my application with the MERN stack. This is what I've decided I want to do. Once again, Next.js on the front end, Nest.js on the back end. I love Nest.js. It's sort of like Angular. There's sort of a learning curve learning this framework, but Nest.js is awesome. I love it. I love how they do things with Nest.js. So that's what I'm using to build out my back-end system. So yeah, once again, but if you're a one-man show, you can do it, but you got to learn a lot. There's a lot to learn, obviously. And a lot of people will say, well, you need to hire a team of engineers, but that can cost you a lot of money. Do you have the money? Do you have the funds? Do you have the capital to go out there and hire a lot of experts in different things? If you don't, learn what you have to learn. And these LLMs are out there to teach you what you need to learn. Whether that's using ChatGPT or if it's Gemini, there's tons of LLMs out there that can teach you this stuff and teach you what you need to do. But I would say if you're going to build a large-scale application, you got to try to build it right from the start, and you have to keep security in mind all the time. Is your application secure? Extremely, extremely important, because trust me, you don't want to. Yeah, you're going to have bugs. You're going to run. You're going to have problems that you're going to need to solve, and fires that you need to put out, and bugs, and so you don't want your application to be ruined because there's like security vulnerabilities with your software. It's not a good thing. So this is Tom Ratcliffe hosting my video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.